Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are from Group 1 of Sociology Communication with the lecturer Mr. Filosa. Here we will explain about the thought of Karl Marx. And our group consists of me, Salma Azkarila Sabila, Mutiara Shifa, Aurel Evan, Aji Wisaktono, dan Filia. Okay, now we will explain one by one our discuss today. So stay tuned and keep watching guys. First, I want to tell you about biography of Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a Western philosopher from Prussia. He was born in Prussia on May 5, 1880 and died at the age of 64 on March 40 and 80 and 83. In 80 and 43, he married Jenny von Westervelen. And next, the historical materialism. Historical materialism is a very useful term to give a name to the basic assumption about his theory from his books, The Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital. Marx's emphasis is on material need and the class struggle as a result of this effort meet needs.
Economic infrastructure and socio-cultural superstructure. Marx repeatedly emphasized the dependence of politics on economic structure, the same type of analysis applicable to education, religion, the family, and all other social institutions. Regarding economic determinism, Marx doesn't explain consistently. Even though the economic is the basis of the entire socio-cultural system, other institutions can gain a certain degree of autonomy and instead show a certain influence on the economy structure. Next, social class awareness, and social change. According to Marx, classes will arise when the relation of production involve a diversified division of labor, which allows for the production of surplus to be formed so that it is a pattern of relation of exploitation to the masses of the producers. The idea that capitalist societies at the same time of Marx existed in the process of moving towards a two-class system was also put forward in his book entitled The Communist Manifesto. The two classes are: first, the bourgeois class is a class that owns the means of production, and the second one is the proletarian class, is the class that has a radical link.
Social awareness. What is meant by class consciousness itself? According to Mark S. quote in Doyle, 1986, is a subjective awareness of the objective class, interest that they share with other people in a similar position in the production system. Social transformation. Marx's way of analyzing a social change in society is by using dialectical analysis. As quote from Doyle, is the core model of how class conflict causes social change. Social change can be brought about by class struggle in context. It is the proletariat, whose class struggle is carried by means of revolution either by force or by peaceful means, so that the revolution can be produced according to what Marx predicted, namely an ideal classless society whose popular term in communist.
Marx's theory is a critical study that is used to reveal the hidden value in the reality that exists in the media. Media should be objective. The content of media message is always seen as not free of value, that is always associated with the government and the owner of capital or media. In communication itself, finally, theories or studies emerge that discuss the influence of mass media on society, especially from the aspect of critical theory. The theory of communication media, according to Marx, assumes the media as an arena for the ideological struggle of various classes. In its perspective, media professionals enjoy an illusion of autonomy and are socialized within the framework of dominant cultural norm. The media is considered to have an interpretation framework that is in accordance with the dominant culture. Meanwhile, media audiences themselves more often affirm and contextualize the framework because they are not prepared to face alternative meaning systems that allow them to consistently reject the definition offered by the media.
Next, according to Karl, there are five main concepts in Marxist media theory. For the first, Marx's classical theory. The media is seen as an instrument of the dominant class and for capitalists is a place to seek profit or profit. The second, media political economy theory. This theory blames more on media ownership because media content becomes a commodity that is sold to the public. The information conveyed is controlled and adjusted to the wishes of the market. The third, Frankfurt School. See the media as a tool to construct culture and place to convey ideas. Thus, it is used to convey the ideology of the dominant group and the information conveyed can be manipulated according to the wishes of the dominant class. The fourth, theory of hegemony. Hegemony is a manipulated ideological dominance. The dominant ideology, which is the interest of a certain class, is conveyed through the media. And the last, socio-cultural approach that is more often referred to as cultural studies, focus on discussing the cultural meanings that exist in the media, seeing how media content is interpreted not only from the dominant class but also from the proletariat. According to McChesney 2007, saying that Marx's theory is very useful in communication science. Marx's talk becomes suggestion to explain several aspects, including first, criticism of capital accumulation or capital in culture industry. The second, criticism of commodity fetishism. The third, criticism of the ideology that legitimizes the dominant power. Some of the concepts that we can use as a foothold in Marx's study of the media are at the production level. The first, media technology as a technology in the media industry. Second, capital or economic factor are the focus on the media. Third, media workers are considered as an of the means of production in media capitalism. And at the circulation level, first, transmission technology is a means of media infrastructure. Second, media as a means of advertising. Third, media as a means of global trade. Fourth, the media as a means of centralizing capital. And the last, at the message circulation level, the media is seen as a means of conveying ideology. The focus of Marx's theory talking about the history of materialism includes the following concepts: the proletariat, socialism, communism, class struggle, hegemony, and alienation. I think that's all about our presentation. Deeply sorry for our mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.